Everything's gonna be alright. No, it's not. That's one of my least favorite quotes, and here's why. Because it's not true. Toxic positivity like that, where it's just flat out delusion, it's just trying to cover all the negativity with a blanket and pretend that it doesn't exist, and just telling you that everything's gonna be alright. Just think positively and everything will work out. That's counterintuitive. It's not true. It doesn't help anybody. But what does help is practical optimism. Not toxic positivity, toxic optimism, whatever you want to call it, but practical optimism, practical positivity. There's a fine line between the phrase, everything's gonna be alright, and not everything's gonna be alright, but I'm going to try my best. But I'm going to make the most of it. But I'm not going to let it bring me down. Because, let's face it, everybody in life goes through hardships. Everybody in life goes through pain, goes through tribulations, goes through physical pain, mental pain, financial pain, emotional pain, breakups, deaths in the family, everything, sickness, all that type of stuff. That's just a fact of life. It happens to all of us. Right now, I don't know if you can hear it, but the thunder, there's thundering outside. There's rain and there's thunder outside, all right? Two things just happened there. One, it's raining, it's pouring down, and I gotta make a drive soon. And I'm probably gonna get wet. There's gonna be slippery roads, not ideal. Two, I just stumbled over my words there. I'm not gonna pretend that it didn't happen. I'm not gonna pretend that everything's perfect, everything's sunshine and rainbows, because it's not. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna keep pushing, I'm gonna keep grinding, I'm gonna keep persevering, because that's the only thing I can do. I don't get to be babied by this little phrase that everything's gonna be alright. I'm a grown man. I have to deal with problems. I don't get to be a baby and just be coddled and held and told that everything's gonna be alright. I have to walk through the flames and deal with things. And the only way that I can become the best possible version of myself and make it through mistakes like that, and make it through this thunderstorm, and make it through everything else that life throws at me, everything that happens to me, whether it's by my own doing or external circumstances. The only way that I can make it through those battles time after time after time after time after time after time again is if I acknowledge the truth. Go into situations with a healthy amount of practical optimism. And I keep fighting. I keep becoming stronger. I keep hardening my mind, hardening my body, hardening every aspect of myself until I'm virtually indestructible. And I walk through every obstacle in my path, not because everything's just gonna work out, everything's just gonna be okay, but because I know that not everything is gonna be okay. And that's exciting to me. Pain, suffering, it's gonna happen. But you too can reach a point where you've gone through so many battles that you know what to do and you know what not to do. You know what you're capable of. You know what things you need to game plan and work around and figure out a solution for. And ultimately, you have the opportunity to reach a point where you're virtually indestructible. No matter what life pelts at you, you let those bullets bounce off you like Superman. Nothing stopped you yet. Nothing stopped me yet. So why should we let that bring us down? Why should we let anything that happens to us bring us down? It's not going to be okay. And ultimately, that's okay.